Hello, I'm Sarah Schutt from the Wisconsin Alumni Association, and this is One-on-One at One Alumni Place. My guest today is Lori Reesor, the Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs at UW-Madison. Hi, Lori.
Hi, Sarah.
So glad you could be here today.
Thanks for having me.
So your position, Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs, is a new one for UW-Madison. Can you tell us a little bit about the scope of your role and why was the position created?
Sure. I believe that Chancellor Blank had this vision to make sure that we were really coordinating on the student experience. She wanted somebody who would every day, 24/7, be thinking about what student life was like at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. It's a common position at a lot of institutions, and certainly whether peers in the state or other Big Ten institutions. And I know she wanted somebody at the senior level to always be advocating for programs and services for our students, and really constantly thinking about what our student experience was like. So they created this position and took 4 great units already that work with our students. So the Area Division of Student Life, University Health Services, the Wisconsin Unions, and Recreational Sports. So all those programs and services are already doing great work for students, but by bringing them together, I think it allows us to increase our collaboration, to look at ways that we can partner better together, and really enhance all the work that we're doing for students.
We hear from alumni all the time about how transformational their student experience was and who they became. What are your thoughts about where you and I will partner, how you might think about alumni in your world of student affairs?
I always talk about that I want them to fall in love with the university because I want it to be a lifelong relationship. And that's the transition or the handoff to you all, is that your alumni boards, your alumni volunteers, I think are involved because of their experience at the institution. So if we can create that momentum, which is easy to do here, students love this place, they get involved and connected quickly and easily, and so what we want to do is make sure they know there's a way to continue that, and that's the kind of the baton, I would say, pass off to your organization and with our alumni so that they will continue to get involved, but also to give back. I think that's the other piece, is we want alumni to then connect with our current students to see whether that's networking, whether that's mentoring opportunities, but that they are part of something bigger. That's a lifetime experience. They only think of it often as the 4 years, but you and I think about it as this should be your whole life, and we always want you to be connected to the university.
Since you've been on campus, what has surprised you?
I think it's really this is a large institution, and so it's really big, there's no question, and I think I was surprised at kind of how big it was, because some campuses are more contained, but because it's a little blended with the city and the state and the Capitol, I should say State Street and the Capitol. It was bigger than I thought, but yet there's all these small communities as well, and so I think that's where students can get connected. And then the cool thing is, because we're so big, there's many communities from which to choose. I think I was a little surprised that maybe there wasn't more diversity, and I was hoping that because it's Madison and because I know of our commitment and values, that there would be more diversity in our students and faculty and staff. And I think that's an opportunity for us. And I know that there's a commitment from the Chancellor, a commitment from the senior administration, and really all of us, to continue to diversify our campus. It's also helping the climate, to making sure that people do feel welcome, and that they want to stay and they want to be a part. So the students are awesome. That wasn't a surprise, but I'm always amazed of how smart they are, how passionate they are, how engaged they are, how involved they are at a big institution like this.
So tell me, do you have a favorite Badger tradition?
So I have to say, coming back to the state of Wisconsin, I'm excited that every place has cheese curds, and fried cheese curds, and so I think the fried cheese curds at the Wisconsin Unions might be one of my favorite traditions. But I think my other one is Varsity. And because I love the historic value of the alma mater, I love that it's really infiltrated throughout, so it's not something that students don't really know or understand, or only alumni know, that we teach it at convocation when they first get here, and that they continue to feel that. But it's really the spirit and the warmth and I don't know who these people are, they're just Badgers. I'm going to put my arms around them and we're going to sway and sing, and I love the song, I love the meaning, and I love the connection that it brings us all together and that we're all one. I think that's awesome.
We hope that you join us again for One-on-One at One Alumni Place. Thanks for watching On Wisconsin.